Top of the month, man. Top of the month. Here we
I
go,
look
though.
real good today.
Hey, there we
I
go.
look real good today.
That's my shit. The kids,
Yo.
the kids be singing that shit, man. I don't know how they do it. We trying to catch up to them now. Welcome to the Freedom Cage podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all DSPs, of course. To my right, I got my main guy, my ace. My left and my right is weak, Shawn, better known as Mr. Senor Lee on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man, also known as King Kamnik on most of those socials as well. But yeah, man, it's February, man, top of the month. Black History Month, most importantly.
Yes.
But as always, man, how the fuck have you been, my guy?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Listen, got through January, man.
Got through January.
Nobody stormed any important buildings.
Nah. Everything worked out. The Capitol was safe. You know what I'm saying? All other buildings, to my knowledge, was also safe from all those crazies from last year. But yeah, it was a safe January for the most part. New levels of COVID, which we'll get to in the Pandelina update.
Yes, sir.
But just more confusion, more more recourse, and we'll figure it out later. But yeah, man. What else is It's also the beginning of the Chinese New Year, correct?
Yes. Happy Lunar New Year to those who are celebrating. It is the year of the tiger.
Oh, I got a feeling Nike is gonna do something special with it. For us.
For sure.
I might have to get the tiger one. I think last year was like the rat or something like that, and I was like, I'm good on that one. I don't want those shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how cool they look, but yeah, all right. Lunar Year, yeah, the tiger, yeah, the tiger.
Yeah, I got to collaborate with the Asian Resource Network at my job. So we did a really nice video, and they're doing like these tabling events because the tradition is you give like a gift bag. So it has like fresh fruit, well wishes and some candy and stuff like that.
Oh, all positive stuff. All positive.
And on top of that, they're hooking up the food menus at the campuses, bro. So you know I'm about to pop up.
Oh, man. I might have to bring your Tupperware to work with you. Like, so, in case I don't finish that batch, just let me know. I'll clean all that up. Another thing I found out not too long ago, but it's also Heart Health Month.
Yes.
I guess it's a good chance for me to jump back on that resolution of the gym.
Yeah.
Hey, why not? New month, new me, right? Let's go. Let's try to do it again, right?
Yeah, definitely. Especially as black males, we should always be going to our physician. We are the leaders in heart disease and heart attacks, high blood pressure, hypertension, you name it. So please, brothers, go get checked out.
Speaking of checked out, I know we're climbing up in that age where you got to have that check where it's that check. Yeah. I do have it on my to-do list within the next 18 months. You know what I mean? I'm just easing through. I haven't made the appointment yet, but just trying to mentally prepare myself for what I need to go through. Like my old, Ramal, he went through it a year or two ago, and his rendition of the issue is always funny whenever he tells the story. But yeah, man, I'm not ready. But hey, it's not only for me, it's for the family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Got to make sure you're in good standards so everything else would work out. But I'm not looking forward to that one when it comes.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't prepare for something.
Nah. It's truly walking into a game that you've never seen the rules for. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just hoping it works out. Yeah. But I hope it works out. But sad news though. Out here in New York, unfortunately, two of New York's finest got laid to rest over the past week due to a shoot scenario where it's weird. It was it seemed like a normal call, so to speak, that the cop friends that I do have said that it's more of a routine, honestly. Yeah. It was like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a domestic disturbance call between like a mother and a son. Things go definitely wrong, but two cops were fatally shot and laid to rest the past week. And I just want to give condolences to all those affected, especially all those in blue. But it was Officer Jason Rivera as well as Wilbert Mora. So just... like, it's a dangerous job. They were super young as well. I believe one was 27, one was 22. Right. But rookies on the job nonetheless, and it's just something you don't ever want to happen. And it's weird. It's always like a double-edged sword as far as, cop kills another black man, and you feel that rage for whatever it may be, whether it be the black man's fault or the cop's fault or not. But when one dies for a situation that felt like it truly could have been avoided, my heart goes out to them in that extent. You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, if somebody robs the house, I'm calling 911, and I want y'all to come figure this shit out for me. You know what I'm saying? So we do rely on them / fear them at the same time. But it's always great when you call them. It's only bad when you don't call them. You know what I'm saying? But condolences to all those affected. But yeah, man, we just got to do better. But the mayor, he is trying to ramp up a few things in the local neighborhoods that were just removed, as far as plainclothes officers, getting the guns off the street, which I'm all for. What I'm not for is the random pulling out of cars just because I happen to have my windows tinted.
Right.
It's gonna be a long winter, long spring. You know what I mean? But it's for the betterment of the neighborhood, as they say.
Yeah, it's too reactive for me.
Okay.
I know Eric Adams has that history with the police force, but what we gotta understand is what happened to bettering relationships in the community. You look at, I believe it was Jason Rivera's wife at the funeral last week, talking about, she was criticizing the new DA for how he's approaching those low-level crimes and changing sentences. Now, I know she's grieving, and I know at some point she'll probably have a real conversation with the DA about what's going on. But I hope people don't get it twisted. There were people going to jail for something as simple as pissing in the street.
Yeah, for slap on the wrist items. You know what I mean? Like where a ticket will do. You know what I mean? Like, but
right. So for anybody who saw her, I just want you to do your research, like we always say, and get more background as to what this DA is doing, because it is really changing the landscape of what's really a crime punishable by jail time.
Yeah, because it's too much. The time that is laid out for those petty offenses is always excessive. You know what I mean? I just don't know how to better it and how to stop that person from doing whatever it was. Like, community service exists, fines exist.
Right.
I never want you to garnish anyone's wages, but when you start affecting money, as you know, with the big wigs in corporate, people start to listen. It works on the lower level as well.
Yeah.
Believe you me, like if there was a crime committed and it says, hey, we're gonna just take your next 4 checks. You know what? That might not be a good idea. Niggas might go back to crime. Like, because bills are due. So I'm gonna take my check. I got to get this money from somewhere. But I don't know. There has to be another alternative that I hope they uncover at some point. But this excessive jail time has to stop.
Yeah, and absolutely. I agree with the whole, stop and frisk and the plain clothes. I mean, what are you out there really looking for? Are you stopping every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
Correct.
Like walking on, the west side, upper west side, lower east side? No.
Not all of them.
Right. You're in Crown Heights. You're in Brooklyn. You're over at East Tremont. We know the vibes. You know what I mean? Like, me and you grew up in this era. We know the vibes. So, please, people, just do your research, and I agree with you.
Yeah, man. It's just for those who look the part, unfortunately, but are not living out that life. Just be careful, man. Watch your back, and don't look too suspicious. I know that's a bad thing to say, but just try your best to. It's hard to tell people not to be them. Like me personally, I'm a hoodie fan. I love hoodies. You know what I mean? But sometimes in certain nights and certain times, them seeing through the tint of my window, that hood to them means a lot of other things other than me just trying to stay warm. You know what I mean? So, but just be careful. Watch yourselves, man. It's rough. It's rough out there for everybody. Talk to me.
Yeah, so our favorite part of the show, right? The question segment. So there was a recent Louis Vuitton Virgil, shout out to the late Virgil, auction. But we'll get to that later. The question I have for you, though, is what's the most you ever spent on a pair of sneakers?
No, as you know, I'm a big shoe fan, but it's weird. I do have a mental cap in my head that I always try to never exceed, because as of late, maybe the last 4 or 5 years, if I don't get it for retail, I'm kind of like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little scared to even
Give up
go
the
down that
goods,
block.
man. How much you spent?
The most I spent on a shoe in my heyday, way back, might have been like $525, maybe $550. Yeah. And then honestly, I think I sold those. Like, I don't even got them anymore. But yeah, I think about five. I'll say five was my max. Like, I don't and I was fiending. Like, I was fiending. I happened to have a good check that week. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? All the bills are paid kind of temporarily. Late on one, but nobody cares about that one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had to let it go for that shoe. Okay. Oh man, I missed that shoe already. But you though, you have a different. For those that don't know, this man's shoe game is way above mine as far as just his. You know what? I'm gonna let you have it here because this is the part where you go in. But what was the most expensive shoe you have purchased, my man?
So the most expensive sneaker I purchased was the Ben 23 13s, $1,200. It was my birthday in 2016.
My heart.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, man. It was my birthday in 2016, and I've been looking at these 13s all my life, Kenny. Like,
it's where the right shoe calls you.
Yo, I've been looking, and I was talking to the dude. This was when I was in like heavy on eBay, and I was like, for like 6 months talking to him, like, yo, man, like, can you send me this? Like, just all kinds of authentication questions. And he was like, yeah, he said everything, all the photos, angles, everything I wanted to see.
Mad legit.
Bro, it's like the week before my birthday, and the money's there. Like, it's sitting there. I said, yo, fuck it. How about like we get away from the buy it now? How much will you let him go for? He said $1,200. I said, say no more.
Pull the trigger.
Bro, they still sitting clean.
Yeah, that's they best. Worn to only prestigious events.
Yo, listen.
Believe that. You see those on the ground, somebody is either coming out of somebody or going into the ground. That's it. That brings up another unfortunate memory I had involving shoes where, you know, when you were younger, like more so Craigslist and eBay. It's like, oh, man, what you got? Oh, I got these. Oh, I want to trade. It's like, I don't really know you. You know, send some photos, send some this and some that. Back and forth with this gentleman in Craigslist. Motherfucker lived in Canada. Right? I had a couple shoes he wanted. Same vice versa. Finally agreed, hammering out all the details. Boom. I packed my shoes up. Take him to the post office, get my little tracking number. I was like, hey, man, you sent yours? He said, yeah, man, I sent mine. I was like, he sent me the tracking number. I was like, oh, man, it's legit. You know, like, all right, here's my tracking number, all right? One day go by, 2 days go by. It's in transit, it's moving, you seeing it? Then there's package day, out for delivery. You know how you feel when it's out for delivery. Sent it to the job. I was just waiting for the postman to show up. And he came, and it was like, it's supposed to be, I think it was 3 pairs of shoes my way, 3 pairs of shoes this way. So, you know, it should be a pretty sized box. Like, UPS guy's like, Ken? Hey, what's going on? So here, no doubt. Brings back, I'm like, you got another one? It's just this? He's like, nah, it's just that. I was like, you sure? I'm like doing the old shake test. Like, yeah, I feel like 6 individual sneakers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should be a couple pairs in here. Like, open it up as a 12-pack of water.
Wow.
I've never ran to the post office so fast in my life. I was like, yo, I sent the package, Canada, and you stopped the package. It's like, fam, you dropped it off. We ship shit. That's what we do.
That's right.
We don't stop ships. We send ships. And man, that hurt, man. Just the hair hurt. Like, she just looked at me like, I know what you're going through, son. But that is beyond my window here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just like, damn. But yeah, man. I'm living in Canada, man. I'm pulling up.
That's right. That's right.
Pulling up, man.
Gotta get yours.
Yeah, man. Can't complain. But what are you gonna do? It's part of the game, unfortunately. You know, you win some, you lose some. But I lost big that day. I cried for at least 3 weeks to myself. All those showers were emotional. Like all of them. Oh man.
I feel you.
Ooh, question for you. Is there a song out right now, or you know what, all time, that you can listen to at any point, regardless of your feeling?
Ooh, Addicted. I can't remember the artist right now, but the name of the song is Addicted.
What's Addicted?
I'm trying
Sing it. You got to sing it for me now.
Yeah. Apparently, I have to. It's like I'm addicted to you. I'm addicted to you. Like it goes like that.
Shit.
I gotta look up his name, man. But shout out to Jimmy, man. Jimmy put me on to him. He's a nice like neo soul artist.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Nice. I can listen to that song back to back to back. I've gotten in trouble a couple of times for
again.
Yeah.
Oh, it happens.
What about you, bro?
Hate to be that guy, but no matter the mood I'm in, March Madness will pick up my spirits. just the very first 7-8 seconds of that song, like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, whatever I was doing, my spirits.
Dress it up and make it real for me.
Oh man, shouts to Future, man. But speaking of Future, he's going to be executive producing Ye's new album.
Yeah, I heard that. Ye
got divorced and has been on a tirade in these streets.
You know, they say you make the best music after a breakup.
Man. Yeah. And it sucks because it's weird. I think Mary J is happy right now, so I don't know where her music's going, but we'll see.
Yeah, Mary J, it don't matter what mood she in. Like she could be lazy and make a dope song.
Yeah, she just oozes dopeness now, so you can't even complain with her right now.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, for me, March Madness definitely is the one that'll pick up my spirit regardless of what I'm doing.
So I found his name. It's Ben El Uncle Soul. I'm probably mispronouncing that middle.
I never would have caught that.
Yeah,
never would have caught that.
But he's dope.
All right. I'm gonna definitely. That's not the only song he's done, right? He has like
no.
Okay.
He's got a catalog.
All right. I got another question for you.
What's up?
If your phone was malfunctioning, but your partner happened to work at the cell phone provider that your phone currently has, would you give your phone to your partner to service it?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like there should be a separation between what you do professionally and our personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Because in all actuality, you know, I don't want her to feel like I'm taking advantage of her position professionally to get what I need done.
I like the spin on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know the ladies are like, bullshit. He's lying.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But just know, you know, I know my wife is probably watching right now. Just know I would never put you in a position to jeopardize yourself professionally.
Oh, that's cute. That's mad cute.
What about you?
Nah, phone broke. I get a new one. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it's not doing what it used to do.
Next.
Must be time for an upgrade. You know when Sony with PlayStation. As soon as your PlayStation start acting funny, that means the new one's on the way out.
That's
you know
right.
I mean? But yeah, I'm not even. Nah, it must be time for a new one. Must be time for a new one. It's not like there's anything in there anyway, but it's time to go.
What else could it be?
What else could it possibly be?
Hell yeah.
Oh man. All right, we voted this one again.
Unfortunately.
I hate to jump here.
I mean, it was a lack of options, man.
That too. But Joe Biden, man, he had a press conference the other week, and it felt like a freestyle. I don't think this was a written document that he memorized.
It's a replay of Adams again, man. These dudes are...
They just
it's like a battle.
They're just talking off the handle. So you said some wild shit? Cue the mic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just go off the handle for things that they feel is the right thing to say. But anytime you go back and gotta hear this again, it's like, yeah, you said that shit. But he was referencing, it was around Martin Luther King's birthday, but he's like, George Floyd's death had a bigger impact than Dr. King's did. His assassination at that.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at the TV like, did this white nigga just say that? Like,
yes, he did.
Like, did he just... I just want to know, where was the VP? Where was Kamala when you really need her to just hold the shoulder like, I'll take the rest of this one? Like, you know what I mean? How? How do you?
I mean, so I think who was it that broke it down really good that I liked? I think it was Amanda Seales.
Mm-hmm.
She said that we have to realize the difference between the fact that George Floyd was murdered
Mm-hmm.
versus Martin Luther King being assassinated,
Mm-hmm.
and the difference between the two. You know what I mean? So the vicious nature of watching someone have their life taken from them, that has, its own simple effect in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
versus an assassination, because an assassination is to stop someone who is a movement.
Correct.
Right? Like, they have a following, a mission, a goal.
It was bigger than just him. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So to say that just further lets me know that he really doesn't have a big understanding of the civil rights movement
At all.
and what Martin Luther King meant to where we are today.
Yeah, I felt like he took it as most a literal sense, due to the time difference of when Martin Luther King was assassinated versus when George Floyd was actually, killed, unfortunately, on camera. Granted, in today's time, there are more cameras around, there are more people's thoughts, opinions, comments that you have the actual ability to see in real time.
Absolutely.
And yes, with Twitter and so on and so forth, it seems like a bigger moment than what it could be as far as past. But like in that comparison, it's very similar to how LeBron James had to grow up in this social media kind of life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just imagine if this same social media thing existed like when Magic Johnson was announcing he had AIDS.
Yep.
You know what Magic's mentions would have been like for the next 3 months after that announcement? Yep. It would have been terrible, and that would have been felt like the biggest thing in the world. You know what I mean? But the time gap and just the way technology has advanced, it kind of warped his mind as to what was a bigger impact. I'm doing air quotes for those listening, but I don't know. I'm not sure where he's pulling this false reality from. It's weird, but he is 80 though.
Yeah, I mean, they call it the disease of recency. You know what I mean? People, they forget history, similar to everything you just said. So, yeah.
Like how the new kids on the block be like, yo, Lil Uzi is way better than Jay-Z. It's like, I don't know how to respond to that. Like when you grew up in this Uzi element, or whomever the rapper may be, I just pulled him out of a hat. But when you just compare to his top 4 singles to a man's discography that took him 15 to 20 years to create, it's just a weird comparison. And the fact that you already pulled him above him in ranks is just like, wow.
Yeah.
We really don't have much in common. I could tell by this little statement we don't have much in common.
Absolutely.
But it's some stuff, you just, like you said, you fall into the recent of what's going on. But you are your age. But him being 80, he has no reason. He was there when MK was, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
And as a political figure, dude, stay in your lane. Like, I would love to talk about, political science, but that's not my field. So I'm not going to go out there and say nothing stupid because I don't have enough research. And first of all, what am I here to talk about, right? This was around the time of Martin Luther King Day. You know what I mean? His birthday.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
Like, don't get me wrong. What I did see was just a clip of him talking about that specifically. I don't know if a question was asked of him that made him go down this tangent. I never seen the precursor to what happened before he started talking, but no matter the question in my head, I just don't see how he went that route and how to answer it. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's been in politics way too long.
Yeah,
he should be better than that. Me
know.
and you can make that mistake.
He should know. Like, you know what I mean? It's rough. But you see, he's trying to clean that shit up real fast with the community because one of the Supreme Court judges has retired. Right. So he's up next to appoint who will fill that seat. And he had a black woman up on the ballot to be selected.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure who else she's going against.
Yeah, it seems like the short list that I've seen so far is Ketanji Brown Jackson. Then there is
Ketanji's definitely black.
Yeah. Leandra R. Kruger and J. Michelle Childs. So these are all very good, long tenured Supreme Court justice judges within like certain districts that all seem like really good candidates. I mean, I would have to do more reading on them, but
we'll get into it.
The fact that we are getting to the point where this can happen, I mean, that's big.
Yeah. Salute black women as always.
Yes.
But, it's just weird when he does it. It just feels like it's a bigger play at hand when he does shit like this. Not that he's genuinely doing it. Even with him selecting Kamala, like, it's great to see, Kamala in the position that she's in. But deep down inside, I always felt like he just did it to get that vote that he feels he probably would not have gotten without her on the ticket with him.
I'll take it. Yeah. If we're talking about the other options we would have had and what they would have done, meaning we won't mention his name, but if that guy would have been in office, who knows where we'd be right now.
I'm not here to cut that guy any slack, but God, I'm gonna get killed. But with him there, him being as blunt as he was in his personal right, at least you knew where he stood.
Right.
You didn't like where he stood, but you knew where the fuck he was standing at all times. Whether it be hate against a race, religion, creed, whatever it may be, or him liking something that should never be on his menu to even be looking at. You knew where he stood, though. And that level of transparency on that highest office level was never really existing. Like, outside of Obama's playlist, we really don't get into the psyche of, the president and what they're thinking outside of these interrupted Channel 2 briefings where it's like, hey, I got an announcement to make, so whatever you was watching, you got to listen to me real quick. We never get that insight. But with him, with Twitter fingers and all that, you know what he was thinking when he was thinking it. As uncomfortable as it was, you knew where he stood. And I don't mind that level of transparency. Like, we hated the guy, but he kept it real with himself. And I can't get mad at him for doing it because of the position that he held, but he kept it funky.
I'll take Biden making steps towards more inclusiveness than transparency from Trump. Because outside of that transparency, he did nothing for me.
Nothing at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
So that's why, for me, at least with Biden, listen, I'll probably never know how he really feels about black people. But if he's going to be that guy that says, for my term, I may not know what I'm doing, but I'm at least going to put some things out there that never been done before.
Okay.
And see if it sticks. He's throwing shit at the window and seeing what sticks. I'm not mad at him. He's going to make some mistakes. But what I hope is that those chances that he takes leads to the Kennedys and the Savannahs of the world knowing that they can have positions like that.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I can see it. I don't know if you're ready to get... Nah, we're not ready to get to the Pandelina, man.
Nah.
This is our new segment here. We had a couple of topics where we didn't really care about it, but we did feel you still needed to hear this.
Yes.
You want to start this one off, or should I get to the sad news first?
Yeah.
Let's go. Condolences, unfortunately, to Regina King's son, Ian Alexander Jr. He passed away, it seems, due to suicide. It was just weird because as great as Regina King is, like, you only really see her on the big screen or on the TV shows, and she's been super private outside of that camera angle, so you never really know what goes on in her personal life. But to hear tragedy, it's the first time to ever hear something outside of, like, movie or promotion items, a sad item like this, and it being a son, it was just super sad to hear. But she's in my personal just, prayers and wishes, and just hopes a parent burying a child is something you'll never be able to cope with. I would wish that on no one, but especially not her, though. But condolences as well to Miss King, and I just hope you can find a way to wake up every day after this, because it's rough, man.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
Like, literally the day before, I had put up a post saying, make sure you check on your peoples. You never know what they're going through, right? And then that happens, and literally you could post that every day.
You could.
Because something's always going to happen, and it's unfortunate that he had to go like that. So, yeah, definitely condolences. The next topic we got here is just an interesting stat that I think everyone in the New York State should know. So it turns out New York State is the second in the nation in federal aid received. As you know, when we hit the pandemic, the economy, healthcare, infrastructure, unemployment, it was in shambles. So basically, $334 billion across all categories of assistance, healthcare, business, unemployment, education, infrastructure, has gone to New York State. 21% of that, which equals to $69.5 billion, went to healthcare alone.
And I still don't feel like that $70 billion was enough.
I agree.
Nurses, doctors, all sorts of medical staff that's still understaffed, overwhelmed, and just overworked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And with the, I don't know if their field, so to speak, is in great demand for something that people want to go into. Like, it's tough to recruit new people in the middle of a pandemic on the health field item, unless they was just born to be a doctor or born to be a nurse. Just unless they're following a family tradition of some sort. It's tough to pull new, individuals into this field, especially in the middle of what you're going through.
That's a great point you make, because now they're starting to look at the process. See, before, like, you were talking about nursing, right? To get into nursing is pretty fucking extensive,
Correct.
Right? And expensive.
Yes.
Now they're looking at it like, well, shit, why are we making them jump through all these hoops where if we ever get into a real crisis, this is the crutch? You know what I mean? So they're looking at the process of going through nursing, even some of the licenses that you have to obtain with physicians. So that is being looked at.
That's what's up. Like, some things aren't required. You know what I mean? Just to get the job done. If you honestly, it's more so if you're built to do it, or if you have the heart to do it, or if you have the will to do it, with enough intelligence as well in your I guess toolkit, you should be able to fulfill and complete the job successfully. With that same thought, I still don't know how the fuck the other guy became president last time. But whatever. I don't know the requirements of it. I don't know what's needed, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Talk to me.
Yeah, so the next one we have here, man, you know, we're a New York podcast, right? And if you're an 80s baby, this sound resonates with you. Yolanda Vega. You know what I mean? If there was anything I knew about nighttime television, it was Yolanda Vega. She is retiring from the New York lottery after 32 years.
I hate to see it go. Like, it didn't look like a stressful job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You always got to get ready for the moment, for the lights, camera, action. These are the balls that the machine just produced. But to retire from a 90-second a night gig, bro, that's nuts. Like, I don't think there's a better. It's right. It might be better than Weatherman. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think, how many times did she announce numbers? Was it once or twice a day? Like, I can't even remember.
Even if it was 5 times a day. and being its most stressful, where new announcement, new outfit, new hairdo, new shoes, new makeup. We gotta do it all over again.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving out the numbers, but salute to you, Miss Vega.
Yeah.
You will forever remain in our hearts.
I think you make a great. So anybody who's listening right now, if you could come in the comments and kind of tell us, in between this strenuous job of saying her name and saying the numbers, tell us what she did. Like, we would love to know.
Like, what else was there? Like, I don't think she wrote a book after that. Like, it was just.
I have no idea, bro.
I don't know. It's just, something you just retire
I ain't gonna
from.
lie to you. I didn't know she was still working. Like, I don't
That too. Like,
Yeah.
I see the winning lotto numbers when I go get bacon, egg, and cheese. It's just up on the thing. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, man. Salute to a long career. But I tell you what, though, was it Vanna White?
Yeah.
What show was that on?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. She's still kicking, no? That's
I
what's
think
up,
so.
man. And she has hey, not for nothing, her gig is longer than the lottery gig. As far as what she needs to do, she has to walk back and forth, press these letters, these
She
screens.
gets her cardio steps in.
You know what I'm saying? But if she's still able to tough it out, I thought Yolanda would be a little tougher, but it is what it is. She's probably got grandkids now. She just wants to stay home and watch them. I get it.
Man.
I respect it.
It's hard reading numbers.
I respect it. Another quick tangent I want to talk about. Naomi Osaka. She lost in the Australian Open in the third round to an up-and-coming 20-year-old. Amanda, please don't kill me for this, but I want to go with Anisimova.
Not bad.
I'm a little worried. Granted, it was just a loss, so to speak. As an athlete, they endure losses often. But the fact that she came back off of a mental break, so to speak, just to readjust or realign, and then to come back and lose in the earlier rounds of the Australian Open kind of has me bothered because her boyfriend, Corday, just came out with an album, and it wasn't bad. So now I'm curious to know when two parties meet and one was great, one was mediocre, but then it starts to almost transfer where him being a better rapper is now happening. He's becoming better than when he once was. But if her play is downgrading, what do we do if we have love? Like, if we got love, but I'm not as good as I used to be, but you're getting better now. Can that still function? Is this still a good course for us to go on?
I think in her case, yes, because she's probably just a great person who just happens to play tennis. Like, some people are just like, if you remember the Lenny Cook story, and if you haven't watched it, you would do.
Correct.
Lenny Cook said, I never wanted to go to the NBA. I just wanted the jackets. People were giving me money to play. I didn't care.
No, he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? I was just balling to eat and look fly. Maybe Naomi was just playing tennis to please somebody, and now she's realizing it's not really that much to me. I just want to be me. So to answer your question, yeah, I think they'll be great.
Wow. All right, we'll see how our next match goes, because you know how it goes.
She's still a competitor.
She's still nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. We shall see how it goes. You want to jump into the Pandelina?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that beautiful, horrible time. All right? As you can see, Kenny takes his sip because this is a very stressful topic. We can't wait to actually end this topic, right? Pandelina Spice Freedom Cage podcast update begins now. So, the latest and greatest. Most of you probably got a text from a friend, an email at work, a WhatsApp chat message alert.
Such and such is infected.
Yeah. Damn. Yo, hit up this link. USPS is sending free at-home COVID tests in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So just if you happen to be from another country and land on us, welcome. We're glad you're tuning in, whether you're watching or you're listening. But in the U.S., they will be giving us free rapid tests. You have to just fill out that form, and they will mail it to you. I think there was a certain time frame that they're going to get them out, but you'll be getting them soon. But if you happen to have bought any at-home tests, you should follow up with your health insurer because they will be reimbursing you if you paid for one.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
good to know.
Look up your card statements. This is why I always use cards. Use your cards. Look up your card statements, or if you still got your receipts, you can send them to your insurance company and get reimbursed.
That's what's up. That is good news. That is good news. Nobody wants to pay for being healthy. Yeah, that's not bad. Terrible story though. My kid, they gave her 2 tests to go at school. We did her homework another day, and then my wife goes, "Oh man, they gave her a test." I'm like, "Yeah, cool. I just do it on the counter. Like, hey, if we ever need one, we got it." She said, "No. She said now when they send the kids with it, that means they had a close contact, and we got to test them." I'm like, "Oh, it's like today?" It's like, "Yeah. If she's positive, we got to test another 5 days." I was like, "All right, well, let's test them. Get out the way." She came back positive on the home test, so we like, "Oh shit." I didn't go to work the next day. She had to go in. Like, I'm just home with the kids. Day after that, we took her to, an actual doctor, tested again. Negative. But, like, I'm like, yo, so
I need answers.
What was that 48 hours ago? Because I had to, remote work is harder than real work.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you feel like you got to overcompensate because you're not there physically. So your 9 to 5 really turns into like a 7 to 8. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, but she's just laughing, like no symptoms, just ha 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 ha. Told you I ain't have it. So now we just like, all right, I guess we gotta recalibrate whatever this is. But
Yep.
it sucks. Just the new rules that are being implemented every 2 weeks. It feels like it's just hard to keep up. But what's bugging me now, even with the kids in school, like I'm just nervous about them trying to keep up with a curriculum that they aren't in attendance enough days to keep up with.
Right.
I don't know the attendance rate needed in order to move on to the next grade, but my kids have missed a few weeks already since September due to close contact or due to someone else in the class having it, and they're out for the next 5 to 7 business days until we can figure this out. I'm like, they're going to go back to school with masks on again. Why are we still having this conversation, whether they're positive or not? Like, if there's no symptoms, put a mask on my child. Let her sit with the other kids with masks on. We'll see what. Let's roll the dice here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll much rather her get an education versus just staying at home trying to keep up with whatever fake remote curriculum that they throw together just to appease you. Like, it's annoying.
Yeah. So that actually. So then I'll jump to the last bullet because that actually ties in. So there have been recent, like, really publicized issues where parents are like, my kid is not wearing a mask. Like, one lady sent her kid to school with a letter saying legally she's not going to wear a mask. They sent her home, and now they're taking legal action. A lot of this is going on real heavy in Long Island. Like, they're fighting it, right?
Nah.
Then I'm pretty sure you saw it. It was on the news. One lady threatened to come to school with a bunch of guns because she don't want her kid to wear a mask. So just recent as last week, New York State extended the mask mandate to, I think, February 10th.
Listen, no disrespect to whomever feels that strongly, but your little nigga have to stay home then. If that's how you feel, you know, like, cool, you're going to have to find a way to homeschool them. Because the rest of these other kids that are going through the same thing that you're going through in the same world that we all living in are abiding by the new rule to wear a mask to keep not just yourself safe, but others safe around you. That's all it's for. I mean, that's it. I don't understand why you would feel so passionate about sending your kid to sit in a closed classroom with up to 20 other kids and just hope it all goes well. You can't. Not in this time and age. You can't. You can't. Right. She's bugging out.
The same way there's such a big fight like in Georgia with critical race theory. You know, I don't want my kid to have to learn about the history of slavery and racism and have their minds swayed towards this way of thinking. But you want to send your kid to school to infect other kids and not protect the other kids who don't want to be exposed to that. Like, it's the same thing. It's exposure.
Gotta pick your poison.
You know what I mean? Like, I want my kid to go to school and not wear a mask, but I don't want them to learn about racism.
Can't be both.
You know what I mean?
Can't be both. It can't be both. Like, I don't know.
They can expose, but they can't be exposed. It's fucking hilarious to me.
I don't know. I wish health and wealth for everyone, but that some shit is just it can't be tolerated. It can't be tolerated.
And the last thing over there was the fact that now, if you were eligible for your booster as of January 21st, boosters are now mandated for anybody who is employed by or working in a healthcare organization. So remember last episode I mentioned it was coming, guys. You guys got to tune in, man. We got gems up here. We're not
giving y'all the good stuff, man. You got to sift through the New York Times for this. Like, it's right here, man. Just
that's it, man. You could be right in your crib with your morning coffee and just get all the news you need. So yeah,
and I get it. I respect that, especially in the healthcare field. If you're just in, I guess in an influx of those incoming that don't know what they have, you have to protect. You have to almost overprotect yourself just to make sure you're healthy enough to keep doing this job. So their mandate is totally understandable, but I don't know if I agree with other occupational mandates. Like, if I'm a work home only situation, like I don't know if your mandate is as strong as we would want this nurse to have. You know what I mean? Like, there should be levels of a mandate as well. But I guess that's not the purpose of the mandate. So
yeah.
So here we are.
When you start to create those gray areas, then the whole foundation crumbles, and there's there's so many ways to twist it. Is it valid? Does it work? People are still getting sick. People are still getting COVID. People are still dying. But for this particular update, guys, by February 21st, you have to have the booster administered. So just passing it along.
I would hate to try to get into a restaurant and they look at my card and go, "You only got one? Gotta get that other one, my guy. You can't dine with us this evening, but I have reservations." Yeah, and we have rules. It's like that would hurt. That would truly hurt. But
Facts.
it is what it is, man. That's what mandates are for. We spoke about this quickly earlier with Virgil.
Yes.
But I never like pronounce it. Is it Sotheby? Sotheby?
I have no idea. That was my first time ever seeing it. I was just like, okay, I don't know what the hell it is. But we're switching over to celebs real quick, guys.
Last week, there was an auction for a Louis V endorsed Nike Air Force One created by Virgil prior to his passing. I think they were auctioned off maybe 200 pairs or so. And hey, me being an avid sneaker fan, I clicked on a link. I was curious to see what was happening. I wanted to see the shoe that was being auctioned. Beautiful shoe. It has the brown, I guess, Louis logo, and then it has the cream alternate on the check. It looks super luxe. You know what I'm saying? Big fan of it. I was like, you know what? Let's see what the 10.5 is going for. Get to page 3. The lowest one was like 5 racks. I was like, oh wait, it's just gonna go up from here. This is an auction.
Yep.
Oh. All right. Close. I just closed the window and went back to work. Like, there's nothing more I can't. There's nothing I could do to help that situation.
No, not at all, man.
Hey, man, shout out to you celebrities. It's going to a good cause. Hope you can snag a pair. You know what I mean? But I can't.
Yeah, I find it interesting that no matter how close you think you are to obtaining the holy grail of fashion, something else comes. Like, remember, to have a gold rope chain was a shit in like the 80s. Now,
that's the bad thing with us as far as like a people. Like, we just we continue to make things better. We continue to make new goals, and it's hard to achieve all these goals, and not even just real goals, but more so physical milestones, like whether it be shoes, jewelry, whatever it may be. But there'll never be a real grail because there'll be something new next week. And guess what? You're going to fucking like it.
Because now the dude's got like 10 chains on. Rings. And granted, this was happening back in the 80s too with gold. But, just when you thought you were getting close to something, there's a new level of it that comes. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, and I think Fab is doing it right now, it's going to be ankle bracelets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be like there's always going to be that next level of fashion where it's like,
I can't keep up no more.
Damn.
I can't keep up. The boy got a Cuban on his ankle bone. I can't. Over the sock. Like, I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
Forget about it. Next year, they're going to have toe rings. Like, I don't know if I can do that.
Nah, like I don't see Ling Ling enough to have toe rings. Like, I can't be out when my dog's out in the street in chocolatas. Like, I can't do it. Can't do it. But sticking with the entertainment, Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Fat Joe, and Big Sean have band together to some extent to push the band to stop rap lyrics from being used in New York court systems right now at the moment.
I agree.
It's weird now because it's like a 50-50 agreement with me. There's just some things that shouldn't be rapped about. AKA Bobby Shmurda. There's just some names that shouldn't be dropped. There's some exact locations that should never be mentioned. Or if you do want to relive a real-time story, change just enough where you're no longer incriminating yourself in order to do it. You know what I'm saying? Saying Bobby got the gun and Bobby really having the gun is a fucking problem, bro. Just say Timmy had the gun. There's no Timmy in the crew. That's cool, bro. That's fine. You know what I mean? But when you say real names with real accusations or real criminal activity, they're going to look at it like that. So how could they not? It's hard for them to decipher real versus fake when you're really rapping about something. Then they follow you and go, oh, wait, is that guy he went named Bobby? What's that bulge in his jacket? Bobby really got a fucking gun. I mean, it's you're making it easier for them. You know what I mean? So I appreciate them banding together to hope this works, but a little late for Bobby Schmurda, man. He definitely could have used this push when he really needed it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but me and you both know that's what makes the rap game interesting. That's the intrigue. Oh, he really is that dude. Like he lives what he raps about. Other than that, you might as well be making TV shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or making music for TV shows or movies, because then you can play around and rap about whatever the hell you like. Lin-Manuel, I'm tearing his name up, right?
Lin-Manuel
Miranda, yeah. Like that, he took literal national history and then just rapped about it.
Rapped about it.
You know what I mean? So you can go that route. So honestly, youngins, if you want to rap, take Kenny's suggestion.
Do that.
There's other ways to make money, guys. I went to a play last week, Skeleton Crew, with Felicia Rashad, Clear Hustable.
Okay.
Right? It was pretty good. They had this guy Jay Shields that did the entire musical track, and it was decent.
Oh, that's what's up.
It was decent, and it was specifically for the play.
That's what's up.
You know, so there's other angles. You're absolutely
other
right.
avenues to get your creativity out. If you have the ability to put words together and make a rhyme at the end of every bar, amazing.
Yeah.
Don't talk about what happened on the corner last week, though, especially if you were involved. It's not going to help out anybody.
Especially with these cartoon movies now.
That too. That too. They exist. Like, Encanto is a real thing. Like,
that's a fact.
I'm like on my 80th watch. Like, it's a real thing. It's a really good movie. Another thing I saw last week, I saw the promo commercial for the Super Bowl halftime show. It's going to include Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem. This is a concert within a concert with a slap of a concert on top of it.
Who's opening?
I want to know how long this halftime show is going to fucking be, because I need at least 3 tracks from all of them. You know what I'm saying? So
opening though.
I don't know. I'm hoping Kendrick has an album announcement wrapped up in this somehow, some way.
I'm thinking Kendrick has to open just off of sheer tenure.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in so long. Yeah,
he has to open.
Yeah, they could go by age in the industry. Shit, who would go last? I guess Dre, right? Well, Mary's been around for a while.
It would. I think they should let Mary be the headliner.
Why?
I think it because was the last black female?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Who was the last black female headliner besides Beyonce?
Janet.
When was that? With the
titty, AKA Boobgate. Yeah,
right?
Boobgate.
But she had Justin with her.
True. Yes. Well, shit, she got Dre, Snoop, and Kendrick with her.
So it's only right? A bunch of black kings say, "Here you go, black queen," end us off.
They squeezed Eminem in there too. I don't know what he gonna do. I don't know of any recent songs he's done, or he has another new album coming out. But I know Snoop just dropped something. I think Mary's about to drop something.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dre is doing anything on the album, and I think he's still having fun.
I need to see Mary J. Blige close out Super Bowl halftime. I need to see the dance.
You gotta see the two-step. You gotta see the man. If she
don't
do that too, I'm gonna be highly upset.
I gotta see that on national TV.
Yeah,
Kenny, like real talk.
She's gonna do that. She's gonna do that.
Yo.
But it should be a decent. It should be a real show. I'm curious to know though. I know Jay and Rock Nation, they kind of jumped on the entertainment side with the NFL to kind of host or coordinate or select the acts that are happening as far as putting all that together, just kind of merging the worlds. I want to know if he had a big play in doing this, if he's still involved in that. I don't know if that's just a 1-year thing that he did a year or two ago, but if he was able to orchestrate this kind of star power for that show, kudos, man. That's super dope.
Yeah, and it made sense, right? The Super Bowl's in LA.
Everybody's in LA, so it just makes sense for it to be. It makes sense, yeah. It's gonna be a SoFi too. That's a beautiful fucking stadium too. I hope I get to go there one day to see a game, but that stadium is mint. But speaking with Eminem, there's been a lot of chit chatter in the Verzuz world for Eminem to do one, him being the first white, but him going against Busta Rhymes. I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, as far as M going versus Busta. I think Busta has been out longer. But as far as hits and I don't know. I gotta see how that would play out. I don't know if I want to see it, but if I do, if it does happen, I think Busta should come out on top. I think.
It'd be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't have a take on that combination.
It just seems weird. Like it's like having pasta and rice on a dish. It's like I guess I'll eat it, but it doesn't really belong here as a unit. But we'll see how that goes. We will see how that all pans out.
Got you.
These how long they gonna keep doing this, man?
Yo, Netflix guys. So we jumping over to we always have like recommendations of movies, TV shows, and things to watch and listen to. So here, recent news: Netflix is raising prices across all of its plans in the U.S. The company's standard plan will rise from $15.50 per month. It will rise to $15.50 per month from $14, while the 4K plan, I didn't even know they had that, will rise from $18 to $20. The basic plan, which doesn't include HD, is also rising from $9 to $10. And prices are rising in Canada as well.
Listen here, Netflix. Just because my kids like Coco Melon and all this other stuff that you may happen to have on your subscription service, you can't just keep raising your shit like the MTA, bro. Like we can't. Yeah. There are other subscriptions out there, and Disney's on that ass.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, man.
Disney's on that ass, like, cause I only use. I don't know if it may be one or two shows that I personally would go to for Netflix, but 80% of the Netflix watches in the house is from the kids. Like, you know what I mean? Just fucking around watching something funny to do. But Disney, that gets 90% of my children's time in the house.
Yeah,
easily.
Man. Yeah, shout out to Wall Street Trapper. He was talking about this. So Netflix, of course, you saw their stock boom during the pandemic, right? But now they're in a bit of a struggle phase because they got competition on the block.
Everybody's
you got your Peacock,
outside.
You got your Disney, you got your Paramount, you got everything. Everybody's coming out. Kevin Hart might have something by tomorrow, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You got Amazon Prime. So it's tough for them right now because right now their main source is streaming movies and TV shows. We talked about them looking towards incorporating gaming eventually, but we don't know where they're at with that. But if Netflix doesn't explore into a different space soon, they are really going to they're not monopolizing anything anymore, and they're going to have to look for something new. Otherwise, they may run into the same shit that Blockbuster did.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
If Netflix gets Blockbuster, that'll be a wild documentary. Like, to take out that Blockbuster giant just due to the time and convenience, and then to see other people outwork them at their game is going to be nuts.
Yeah. I think who just bought Activision? Was it Microsoft?
I remember seeing that too. I don't recall though. It could have been.
It's all right. This is real time. We'll look it up, guys.
Yeah, we'll get there. But they are buying Activision, and if they can incorporate that gaming end to whatever they're doing, this should be super beneficial for them. But we'll see how it goes. A couple of shows that
Microsoft
was Microsoft, sweet. But another couple shows that came out. Janet Jackson dropped the first part of her doc series, a 2-part doc series. I don't know why it's on Lifetime, but whatever. But I gotta check that out. First off, it's Janet Jackson, but I'm curious to see the Jackson story through her lens. Like it's always usually been funneled through Michael, funneled through the Jackson 5.
That's a fact.
Funneled through Joe. You know what I mean? The life he led. But Janet was always the smaller, younger, cuter little sister that just grew up in her brother's shadow, so to speak, just trying to compete on the same musical level, and she achieved that. But I truly got to go and see that. I'm very curious to see how that panned out. Yep. That should be nice. I love Janet, of course. TD Gate or not, Super Bowl, it was great. But I want to see that come to play. What's this? As we see it.
Oh, so this is a new show on Amazon Prime that I'm checking out. So it's always near and dear to me, right? Because my son is living with mild autism. So any shows that show either kids or grown-ups living with autism, I always look at it. This show is interesting because they're usually showing you like kids growing into adults living with autism.
Mm-hmm.
These are actual grown-ups in like their mid-20s, and they're all living in an apartment together with a life coach. And they're all going through different things. They have different goals they're trying to meet. They're all on different parts of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty interesting to watch them go through what they're going through. I think I'm up to like episode 3 or 4. Me and my wife been watching it, but it seems pretty cool. It's on Amazon Prime as we see it.
Are they in the middle of the first season or the
First season?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put that on the docket.
See?
I'm curious.
And it's perfect, right? We're talking about Netflix competition.
That quick.
Netflix.
Amazon.
I gotta tell you, like you said, there's not much new material on Netflix, man.
No, it ain't. Yeah. Other people out there automatically deducting from my account that I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind just. Is there a cap on Netflix where, for you personally, where like, you know what, that's too much for what you're asking for. I no longer want this anymore.
No. To be honest,
you can $1.50 me to death, man. I'm fine.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm actually looking at my cable service provider. I'm not gonna say their names in case they watch it or listening. But I'm looking at my cable service provider and saying, you know what, maybe I need to see what I can catch on the streaming app that I'm catching on cable.
I cut the cable cord, and honestly, it took the kids like maybe 5 to 6 months before they realized we didn't have cable anymore. And she was like, "How come we don't?" I'm like, "What are you looking for?" Oh, you don't know. I get it for you. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm super content. What is it? The YouTube TV and between the YouTube TV and all the other subscriptions that I kind of got cornered into having. I just the amount that cable has. And they don't even tell you the time on the cable boxes anymore. Like, it's not even the same. It's not the same.
Absolutely.
Don't need it. This, though. As you know, Funk Flex always brings rappers up. Some new, some old, some in the middle. But the newer one that we saw not too long ago was Cam. If you don't know Cam, Killer Cam Hall, Dipset, all day. You might have seen him at the Garden, battling his life away for the locks.
Killer.
But he had a cool freestyle where he jumped on a few beats, but something that stuck out to me more than his rhymes and hearing his voice was he had a new set of jibs. And
yeah, man.
And it's funny, like I'm watching him like spit, and I'm happy to hear him because you don't hear him often like you used to, but the sound looked different just because of his teeth. Like it fucked me up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, something's off. I can't tell what it is. Same voice, but it just sounds altered a little bit. You know what I mean? But man, people getting older. People want the pearly whites, man. They're just swapping them out.
It's the new nose job.
It's the new nose job.
It's the new nose job.
I'm just super happy he didn't get the extra large joints like his man's, Joel's did. He caught the mediums. Mm-hmm. Probably extra mediums, a little bit bigger than I thought they'd be for him. But it looked good though. You know what I mean? He got a full rack of whites. So hey man, if you haven't seen that freestyle with him, go see it. He has he had a few things in the studio with him too that were pretty nice to look at. So if you do see it, remember who sent you there. Yeah. But I was also hoping he would announce a new album. It's Cam. Why not? But Cam has so many other hustles. He, music is on the last, I think, of his list for things to do. So hopefully he still does it because he's really good at it. Another thing that I caught that literally just scares the shit out of me is Euphoria. They started their second season. They're a few episodes in. But the level of detail that they go into as far as teenage drug use, I get it. It's entertainment as far as you pressing the play button. You know what I mean? But it's a reality on the other side of that camera that you as an adult can kind of separate entertainment versus reality and understanding how they cross paths and what they do. But from a younger lens, I don't want it to be teaching them how to do things that you don't want them to be taught neither. You know what I mean? Like, so, but it's a great show. It's super vivid. But it just scares me being a parent and raising kids. Like, you know what I mean? Because the show, it takes place, in high school for the most part, as far as, mid-teens to late teens. Almost 2 fucking decades removed from that time frame in our life. So I couldn't tell you what the current 16, 17, 18-year-old is going through high school. Like, they weren't, the phones weren't really active like that when we were in high school. You know what I mean? So to see them manipulating in today's time, just being younger, is just scary to watch, because it's only going to get worse as your kids grow up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it's a really good show though. If you haven't seen it, go catch it. But
we're just getting a taste of what our parents went through. The Menace to Societies, the Boys in the Hoods, the Biggies, the Tupacs. Like, our parents were scared of shit. And there wasn't this level of social media exposure. And they were scared. So I totally understand where you're coming from. And we can only imagine when our kids are grown and they got their kids, it's going to be virtual reality at that point. Now, you ain't even got to... They ain't got to leave the house. They're going to experience shit right in that room with a VR headset on their head. Like, it's only going to get more intense, man.
And that Oculus, I got to get one. But
yeah, man.
That shit's dope.
Yeah,
I played around with that the other week. That shit is dope as hell. But I don't think I want the kids playing with it. Fucking Savannah damn near threw the remote into the goddamn. I was like, you know what? Take that off. You're not ready for the shot. But yeah, those are pretty cool. It's gonna definitely be a thing in the future. I can't wait till I can do work on that.
Oh, I cannot. Zoom meetings? Oh my god.
It's gonna be crazy. What they do?
Oh man, straight up. 2 years. 2 years, man.
Still sad. I don't know how. Shouts to the whole Bryant legacy as well, but they put up a new statue at the site of the crash with Kobe and Gigi. It's been 2 years, man. It felt like a quick 2 years, unfortunately, but just him passing just still feels like a glitch in the matrix, and things just felt like it's been weird since. Like I can't put my finger on it, but things have just been off with me just knowing he's not around. You know what I mean? But yeah. I don't know. But did you have a favorite Kobe performance, whether it be basketball or even off the field? Court.
Yeah. Just going back to the statue real quick, man. It was interesting they put it there, because I wonder how, like, the Altabellis, you know what I mean? Like, because remember, there was like 9 other people that died there. So
yeah, but they wasn't Kobe.
True, but it's just, I wondered what was the point of putting it there. Like, you don't, like, that would have been like putting the one dignitary that died at World Trade Center's statue at the World Trade Center Memorial.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So many others passed. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like, they could have put that statue anywhere else. A little questionable. I get the intent, but a little questionable. But on to your question, right? Favorite Kobe basketball performance? I gotta say, it's more of a moment when Matt Barnes faked the ball in his face and Kobe looked at him like,
ain't even half flinch.
You not that guy.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. Like he didn't blink or nothing.
Yeah, because at that moment Kobe knew, I am that guy in the NBA. You do anything to me, you ain't got a job tomorrow.
By the way.
Yeah, man. What about you?
For me personally, I think I'm gonna go to his toughness for when he tore his Achilles, and he hobbled to the free throw line, hit 2 free throws, and hobbled on back. And we didn't find out he tore his Achilles until well after it. Might have been the next morning. You know what I mean? Like, we saw he was in some pain, but I've seen other athletes tear their Achilles in real time, and the pain on their face was usually excruciating. Kobe just looked like he just tweaked his ankle just walking out. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a little painful, but let me go hit these free throws and go get checked out in the back, see what's going on. But that just shows the kind of athlete, his perseverance, his strength, his ability to rise up against anything his body tells him not to do and still do it. You know what I mean? But that might be my favorite Kobe moment, so to speak, just to show you how tough he really was without saying a word. You know what I mean? But that's Kobe, man. I still miss him.
Yeah, man. I had the Zoom backgrounds with Kobe all week. Every meeting, just Just representing, man. Shout outs to Kobe, man.
Did you happen to catch that? Jumping over to sports, did you happen to catch that? Mina Kimes and
Yes,
Jeff Garcia. Talk to me, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck was he thinking?
This just shows you that not everybody has caught up with the times. So let me break this apart in pieces. First off, and Molly Querum broke this down very good. Molly Querum Rose. Let me say her whole name, right? Because she's married to Jalen Rose. If everybody in journalism had to play or participate in the thing that they're reporting on, you would lose half of the people that we listen to.
More than.
There would be no Bob Costas. You know what I mean? Like, there would be, like, we would have Marv Albert.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Some of the biggest figures, Stuart Scott,
Mm-hmm.
these guys didn't play the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But they are fixtures and allies.
Mm-hmm.
They speak at, well, you know what I'm saying? I know Bob Costas speaks at colleges
Mm-hmm.
to, motivate kids. So for him to say that you've never thrown a pass, okay, you sound stupid, right?
Correct.
Then number two, you're attacking a female, and we're trying to normalize females in every position across all categories of careers.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Garcia, man, I don't know if there's any coming back from this. You gotta get right with yourself.
And listen, honestly, I agree with Mina Kimes' statement. She felt Garoppolo was, I think the phrase or the statement that triggered Jeff was Garoppolo being the non-participating student in the group activity of the A project. You know what I mean? And I can agree with that. Very similar to Flacco and the Ravens run. Like, you're just kind of a part of the process. All you got to do is maintain the game. The team, the us, is going to win this. All you got to do is maintain the game. Control the game when you need to. Don't fuck this up. Long story short. And he almost fucked it up, but they were still able to pull it out. You know what I mean? So I think her comment was spot on for what he is right now to his team. I don't think he's not the Tom Brady of the team or the Aaron Rodgers, no pun intended because they both got booted. But he wasn't the central figure of how this team moves, Yep. So her comment was spot on, but Jeff's rhetoric as far as you didn't do it so you can't talk about it. You can't diminish students of the game because they weren't a participant in the same game.
Yeah, what are we supposed to tell historians then? They didn't participate in the civil rights movement. They're just chronicling it. They're talking about it.
So they should not talk about it because they weren't alive. Like, that makes no sense. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I wish Jeff Garcia, I don't even wish him the best. He just has to move on from his current stance and just apologize immensely on ESPN somehow, some way. I don't know what he's doing right now with his life, but I don't recall him being the central figure. Not in Philly, not in did he play for the 49ers? I think he did play for the 49ers, or I had a little tidbit for them, but never championed 49er with his hat on, so I don't know. I wish him nothing but apologies very soon in his life. UFC.
Yeah, so Julianna Pena, if you're an avid UFC watcher, you know that there was the stunning loss by Amanda Nunes last year to Julianna Pena. She is the new bantamweight women's champion. They are both front runners to host the Ultimate Fighter. Now, this is big because usually the host of the Ultimate Fighter fights in the main event of that UFC pay-per-view card. So, of course, as Amanda Nunes was the champ, there's that unique rematch clause if they lose the belt. So this would be the rematch. This is going to be pay-per-view, beautiful TV, must-see TV, right? Because Amanda has never lost. And Amanda probably didn't prepare for this fight, right? She dropped down in weight. she thought this was gonna be another day at the job where she was gonna knock somebody out, and Julianna just happened to last a little longer than most opponents.
That's all it needed,
and that's what happened. So this is interesting. I love it. I can't wait to see it. We're normalizing women in a way that honors them and their power. I can't wait to see it, bro.
If you can't beat them, join them. You know, I'm not mad at that, but it should be interesting nonetheless. The women fighters are really taking it to a new level, so to speak. I forgot the girl's name already who moved on to acting, but when she was the biggest, baddest thing in the.
Hey, listen.
You know
all right, we're gonna leave her alone.
You want to talk about it?
That was a long time ago.
Too soon? Okay.
That was a long time ago. Leave her alone.
Apologies, but I think once she kind of came and went, it transcended the whole women thing as far as UFC.
People always bringing up old shit.
Just saying, man. Just saying. She had it. She was there. Then she got Roy Jones one day, and it was wild after that, bro. It was hella wild after that.
It's a cold world.
It's a cold world, man. Hey, you got to wake up every day for it, though. You got to wake up every day. In cool news, Big Papi, he got elected to the 2022 MLB Hall of Fame class. Salute to him. But also with this year, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens.
Right.
This was their last year of eligibility to join that Hall of Fame, and without them being selected, on the table, it seems as if they will not be in the Hall of Fame. For Barry, it sucks. It's a 50-50. I know there's a lot of rumors concerning his medical treatments.
Right.
So you can say politely, hell of a home run hitter, but him not going to the Hall of Fame kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Because he did a lot for the sport. He may not have been the cleanest when he did it, but he still did a lot for it. But as far as Roger Clemens, I'm not sure why he got snubbed. I don't think he did anything to that regard. I believe he was good for the game. I have to do a little bit more research on Roger's tenure.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why I think he should have missed out on it. Like Big Papi had a few more years. I'm pretty sure he had a few more years where he could have been elected next year or the year after. But for people in their last year of eligibility, I think they should get looked at with a bit more concern. But unfortunately, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens did not make the cut, so they will have to fight for their HOF rights in the MLB court, so to speak. But we shall see. We shall see how it goes.
Yeah, the only thing I found was it was something with like perjury and lying to Congress, but he ended up winning.
That's right. He did have that whole Florida steroid connection. Oh, yeah, it's all related. Okay, I apologize about that. Yeah, you can't.
Listen, that's why we here, man. Freedom Cage. You have the freedom to forget and then remember.
Yeah, and be wrong. These boys was dabbling in some nasty needles. But on to the NFL, though, man. Big Ben, Mr. Roethlisberger, calling it quits after 18 long, hard-fought seasons. Won a couple chips. I'm happy the coach has been was he with him the whole time?
No, Tomlin?
Yeah.
Nah, I think oh man, I'm mad. I can't remember his name.
No,
Bill
Cower.
Cowan. There we go.
Cower. He was there through the beginning of his career, and then he switched over to the guy there now. But
Mike Tomlin.
But hey man, Big Ben did what he could. He squeezed his way into the playoffs this year somehow, some way. But they ran into the KC train, and there's no beating that right now.
Yeah, there really is no beating.
We'll see what happens.
Jesus.
But do you think Big Ben goes into the sportcaster world? He Tony Romo's it, or just fades off into the sunset?
I don't know. I've never seen him as that guy. It'd be interesting to see what he brings to the table. You know what I mean?
Honestly, for any retiring quarterback, it's going to be tough to fill those Tony Romo shoes because Tony is damn good at this job.
What I will point out is what you mentioned last show, because I see it now, how Drew Brees is taking, like I was looking at that last broadcast. I'm like, why do you got my man outside? Like I was
They're
like,
really trying to bump my man out this frame. I don't like that. I really don't like that. You know what I mean? And he didn't have a great. I forgot which game it was, but Drew didn't have a great playoff sportcasting job. He was quiet through a lot of plays. I was like, bro, your only job is to talk about exactly what you see. And at some point, he turned into a fan and forgot to talk. You know what I mean? So they kind of beat him up in the socials for that. But they're trying to get my man out the box, and I don't like that too much. But we'll see how next season goes for everybody. But
my highlight for me was watching Adam Schefter do the gritty. That shit was classic. Because it was like one of the last few Vikings games before the end of the season, and Justin Jefferson was out there showing them, and Randy Moss was doing it, and I think Adam Schefter he was out there
trying to do it. Hey man, the blacks make it look cool, man. But I'm gonna try my best. New York Giant fans, hopefully your offensive woes will come to an end this upcoming season. We have hired the former Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll to be the next head coach. Hey man, he took Josh Allen in that system and
Josh Allen took that system.
Like, wait, are you saying Danny Jones? No, he can't. But he definitely cannot. But hopefully Brian Daboll could assess the issue at hand and the problem, remedy it very quickly, and get us back on the winning track here in Jersey. But we'll see what happens though. New head coach again for Danny. Like I think they swapped out coaches, coordinators with him every year since he started. And hopefully they could get some sort of a foundation for him to build off of. Because every time he kind of like thinks he has something to build with, they take a key point away. And he kind of has to start over every damn season. So hopefully, Brian could bring this little nucleus that he had going on in Buffalo and see if he has some success in New York. Because, man, we could use some. I wish him the best. But, yeah, we'll see, man. Giants. Damn, already?
I don't see it.
Shit, they didn't get to practice yet. You don't even see it.
You gotta have raw talent. You know what I mean?
He said, Danny gotta go. Oh man, NBA stuff. What's this?
So LeBron James became the first player in NBA history to reach 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 9,000 assists.
That's too much,
man.
That's a lot of stats, man. He's out here. He made another All-Star ballot. I don't know, man. He's as far as he's the longevity king, and as an athlete, period. I don't think anyone has been able to play this long, at this level, this highly, and just you're expected to go out and do this every time you're on the court. But to stand up, but you know what? To come out of high school, nicknamed the King, he's had this pressure on him since the beginning. So he continues to stand in it. He's molded in it now, honestly, at this point. Yeah. But salute to him, man. He just keeps on breaking records that we didn't even know existed. Yep. But for his teammate though, Russell Westbrook, I got a couple takes. Is he really that bad?
From the games I've seen. Yes.
Damn. But he's playing the way he's always played, though.
That's the problem.
Damn.
So, for my basketball fans out there, like I'm talking about hardcore, you've watched the history of players in this league. Vince Carter, let's take him. Perfect example, right? Came in the league jumping out the gym. We know the infamous, the arm in the fucking rim at the All-Star game, slam dunk champ, all that good shit. When you saw Vince Carter start to hit 29, 30, 31, Vince realized I can't be jumping out the gym all the time.
Time to transition.
I got to get me a solid jumper. I got to get me a low post game. I got to figure out how do I fit in this league so I can be beneficial to somebody. I have not seen Russell Westbrook make that adjustment.
No, I was really hoping he was putting on the old gold and purple. I really was just hoping like he would fall under this LeBron cloak of being a team player versus a me player, and it never really developed. I don't. It could still be early, but I just don't know how many more. I don't know if they have much time to keep developing this too. You know what I mean? All-Star break is here soon now. There's not too many more games left as far as this season, and we hope we make the playoffs at this point. Like they're holding on or hanging on to the 8th seed when I last saw in the West. So I don't know. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? So what do you usually kill the dog? Like, what are you gonna do with Russell? You can't. I know I've been seeing some fake trade shopping thing with the deadline coming up.
Yes,
but I don't know if that's gonna happen in time.
I think it should.
Yeah,
I think it should. I think the Lakers need to think: do we want to win another championship this year?
Of course.
If they don't, if the plan is, AD's not that healthy, LeBron is, probably not that healthy, let's try again next year. Then you keep them, ride out the season, and then you make a move in the off season. But if you think you can win a chip this year, you have to move Russell Westbrook.
Here's another question. If Melo was playing out of this world, would we care about Russell right now?
Yes.
Why?
Because Russell's the point guard. That's the guy. The
Where
offense.
Did Rondo come back?
Rondo's on another team.
Again?
Yeah. Where did Rondo go?
I thought he came back to LA.
Cavaliers.
Oh my God!
Because they lost Ricky Rubio, so they did a trade. They sent somebody over to the Lakers, and they got Rondo. So for me personally, I think what it is I think Russell Westbrook is a great teammate. I just think he never changed his game. Perfect example. You look at James Harden. You look at KD. KD was always a sniper. Mm-hmm. James Harden became a sniper. Mm-hmm. Russell is the only one who still plays the same way he played in that finals when he lost to LeBron.
Damn.
Do you know what it's like to see the same dude that you lost to? I want to say, what was that, 2013? When did he first go to Miami? 13. Like 2012, 2013? So we're talking about almost 10 years ago, fam. And you have not changed anything about your game.
But even when you see him in interviews, he's like, "Hey, man, I'm true to who I am."
Yeah.
Why don't you go do that on the farm or something? Like, you know what I mean? This isn't.
I agree.
If you're not gonna adapt to what's happening around you, then maybe this game shouldn't be for you at this level anymore.
That's what Stephen A. Smith's been saying. Stephen A. Smith has been tearing Russell Westbrook apart from day one because he feels like that attitude is full of shit.
Damn.
Like, straight up, like, how can I trust you with my team if that's how you feel in the presser? Yeah. It is what it is. Next question. Okay.
Yeah, it can't. It's hard to build a championship, even a winning mentality around guys that just go, "Hey, man, we'll see you next game." Like, you gotta own up to what happened or what didn't happen, and make sure you make it better or it doesn't happen the next time. Yeah, if you're not doing that, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly very quickly.
That's a fact, man.
Very quickly. A little too quick for me, honestly, if you're asking me. But
yeah.
If he was to get traded, where would he go?
There was one trade I actually liked. I don't know how healthy he is, but I saw a trade for John Wall.
Houston?
Yeah.
Is John playing? Because I know there was a situation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay. I don't know how healthy he is, but he's, like, playing in pickup games. So I don't know if it's Houston doesn't want to play him this year because they want to move him. I'm confused because he's out there playing, like, full contact. He wants it, yeah. Huh. But that's one trade that I like. I think that's a guy that he doesn't have a great jumper, but he has a better jump shot than Russell Westbrook.
True.
And he's quicker, younger, and more explosive.
True.
So, who knows?
We'll see, man. Time will tell. Or LeBron's going to get you fired. Either way, one of them is going to happen before he knows it. Couple things looking ahead before the next show, man. You got your Valentine's gift for wifey yet?
No. I think I have enough time. This is the first. So I think I have enough time to figure out what I'm going to do or get for her? What about you? Hey, because you got double time.
I quit.
It's Valentine's and birthday.
I quit Valentine's a while ago because it's a man-made holiday just used for capitalistic purposes. But I don't have any. I'm out of ideas, honestly, as far as Valentine's Day. I'm more focused on the birthday 2 days after. And just for the record, I have nothing. We'll get there, but yeah, Valentine's. I guess it's. I honestly just do it for the kids now. I'll make sure they get little hearts and roses and stuff like that. But the wife, I got to find something special. I don't know what to do anymore.
Mm-hmm. And then it's tough because it's the day after the Super Bowl.
By the way.
So first you got to hope you're sober.
By the way. The most cold out day in America.
Yo, I already took that day off. And it was funny when I took it off, they were like, ooh, you taking your wife somewhere nice for Valentine's Day? I was like, what?
What day is after the Super Bowl? you know what's funny? I used to always take the day off after the Super Bowl. I remember it might have been 4 or 5 years straight. I was taking off. And for like 4 to 5 years straight, the Super Bowl was trash. Yeah. Like trash, like blowouts. It was just the worst. Then I was like, you know what, man, I don't even be drinking that much of Super Bowl. I wake up at 6:30 the next day, like, guess I'll have some coffee and go take a nap. Like, you know what I'm saying? But since I haven't been taking off the day, the games have been great. So I don't want to jinx it wherever it's going. I like where it's going. I'm not going to take off the day. I'm just going to hope I wake up in the morning if it is that good of a game. I'll stick with that. Let me think. Was there anything else you had for today then?
No, man. I think that's it. I think before our next episode, there's, like we said earlier in the show, Lunar New Year, is happening this week.
Black History Month still happening all month long.
That's right.
We should have a season, but we'll get to that another time.
Hey, listen, Black History is every month, guys. Don't get it twisted and think February is the only time you can celebrate being black.
The shortest fucking month of the year.
This is a lifelong thing here. Yeah, man. Put that fist up.
You gotta do it, man. All colors, all shades of black. All shades of black.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. Outside of that, it's February, man.
That's it, man. Y'all already know what time it is. You are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
I'm King Kapnick.
See you back next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind. I look so good today. I look so good today.
I'm gonna be singing that shit all fucking day now.
I look real good today.
I'm gonna be singing that shit for no reason. It's too catchy.